To the family situation, he says he wants to be a premier for families and for working families. You and I know the balancing act, the challenge of working, educating at the moment, homeschooling, that sort of thing. I thought it was a great question from Laura Jays at that news conference earlier, Andrew.
We know the challenge. We've got 2 kids each, Kira. We don't know the challenge of 6. And as I said last hour, the only time I've seen this before really is Morris Yema had 4 under 8, including twins. And it's tough. It's tough. Your family's going to suffer. There's no doubt about it. And I think he's got a bit of family help, and his wife's fantastic. So she's had a career as a lawyer as well. I mean, he's lucky in that respect, but he's cognizant of all this when he takes it on. And Laura J is saying, well, you get this question as a woman, which you would. Basically, I guess, questioning will you have the time for the job.
If you're a female leader, you would be asked, how you can manage being premier and also a parent of 6 children. So I think it's fair that I ask you that today. What do you think?
Well, it's demanding. I mean, being a father, like being a mother, like when you've got family commitments, balancing work and family life is a challenge for every single person right across the state. And ultimately, I think what I might lose in time, I gain in perspective.
So perspective certainly gives you that. As for the broader issue around that government, though, it's a big few weeks ahead, isn't it? Let's be frank. When you're shaping up for October 18 is when those ICAC hearings kick off, Andrew.
Yeah, won't we all be watching? But it's interesting. It kind of reminds me a bit about the 2015 election. Mike Baird and Luke Foley, Farrell had fallen after misleading the Commission, and Chris Harcher, the Liberal Minister, had been in strife, and they had all these illegal donation schemes in the Nationals, but Eddie Obeid in Labor had the coal mine deal. And there was kind of a secret pact between the two sides of politics then, not to run attack ads on corruption because they were both vulnerable. You could see that again, because don't forget, it wasn't long ago the Labor Party were in trouble over the cash in the Audi bag at ICAC. So everyone's got skeletons here, everyone's got skin in the game. Nevertheless, it's Perrottet's task when he's about to have scandals around him, and there's been a bit of pressure on this front, to paint himself as a clean skin in charge of a clean skin government, because that is what the citizens of New South Wales want. I know the COVID's been imperative, and they've forgiven some of Gladys's accusations against Gladys Berejiklian through that. But ultimately, you don't get very far. Scandal kills state governments, traditionally anyway. And so it was interesting to hear him differ from Gladys Berejiklian and John Barilaro's public statements here in saying that he didn't believe in pork barrelling with grants.
Gladys Berejiklian waved off pork barrelling. She said everybody does it. Is that your position as well?
No, it's not my position. It's not my position. Every investment the state makes needs to have make a difference to people's lives. I don't care what colour the electorate is in relation to its political persuasion. We have a duty to govern for all, and I'll be making sure, as Premier, that every dollar we spend improves the lives of families right across our state.
Andrew Clennell, we'll talk to you at the top of the hour. Thanks for that, joining us live from Macquarie Street.